So what basically were your expectations when you first went to work in Canada?
The expectation was very high, man, because me see it as an opportunity to come back with some cash and, elevate my family and myself, and stuff like that. But to my knowledge, when I got here, I'm going to put the disclaimer out there before, guys. This is my story. And it's either you stand up for something or you stand up for nothing.
True, you fight for everything.
We're not saying the migrant work, the farm work program that help people. Yes. But this thing is designed from 1966, which is an old colonial system. And this is the thing about it. No one want to listen to what we are saying. No one has say, oh, destroy the program, like what the minister has say, no, we are asking you to fix the problem that exists. Because I'm going to tell you my story. This is my shoes and my foot. You understand?
Sure.
A meter squeeze, you feel the pain.
Like, describe the nature of your job on the farm. What type of tasks you were responsible for? What were you used to do on the farm?
So first, before we even get to there, when we arrive here, coming to a country, and the first time I arrived here, my first trip, was winter. And when I arrived here, Jamaican Lace and Service did not provide any winter thing for me. And also, we travel late. They make us travel late, like we're 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 when you reach our work and stuff like that. So basically, when you arrive in Canada, this is the first thing where go wrong. You have not been briefed. You don't know where you're gonna, who is your employer until you arrive in Canada. So that is my first red flag of this. Then reaching to where you're gonna work. Also, there was nothing provided, not even meal. There was not even meal. And they wanted to start working the first thing in the morning, which is already morning. So, which is, I find, very, very harsh. That is not human-like, because you travel a long flight. You must hungry, you must want something to eat. Number one, if you have different back sandwich. So this year, you come with new people. Every year, it rotates. So every year, new man come with old man, because you have to pass on this skill. Because remember, they don't train you to work here, over here. You don't get training. Work to know what your work experience is going to be in a new land. You understand? It is totally different from how you work back home. You understand? Even though it's farming. You understand?
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Before we go further, let me ask a question. Well, me see a copy of the contract, but did you get a chance to read it before leaving Jamaica?
No, I never see that contract before I leave Jamaica.
Because if you read through it, there are so many breaches. So many breaches in that contract. But we're not really go into the contract today still. Basically, we are focused on the incident leading up to where you are right now. So what really happened? How the incident occurred? You can give me a little down low as to how everything happened.
Well, it's like you work in the field a day, you work in the packing house at night. So while working in the packing house, I got injured. One of the bin fell on me.
Wow.
And I was unconscious, and I didn't know anything more. I woke up with my co-worker reviving me, with that water they use to revive you, so you regain consciousness. So with not able to walk, not able to speak or anything, I heard my employer say they must take me outside and leave me around the back, so literally dispose me.
Wow.
So that's what happened to me. So I was left to die.
Wow, that's really sad.
Yeah.
Really, really sad. Let me ask a question. Before the injury, when you're working, were you provided like safety measures or safety equipment? You basically say you never get no training before you start work. So did they give you like safety equipment or safety measures?
None whatsoever.
Okay. Wow.
Not even come on winter coat or winter gloves. Not even utensils. Nothing was provided.
So all of that you have to get that for yourself?
Yes.
And the contract?
He says to the workers, you have to serve the bosses. By working here, you're serving your country, you're serving your family, but you have to serve the bosses, right? The message that they gave to them is like, just shut up and keep working. And why not? I mean, Jamaica is effectively, and like countries like Philippines and Indonesia, the entire GDP is now being based on exporting people who can then send remittances back home. So there's this kind of alliance between the employers, the government of Canada, the government of sending countries to keep people just quietly working because everyone's making money off of it. When you have a problem at work, right, if your boss is paying you low wages, they're allowed to, really. What you can do is you can leave the job, or you can stand up and fight, you can take them to court, right? So it's a system based on complaints. Your landlord can jack up your rent, but you can go to the tribunal and fight them. It's about power. For farm workers, their boss's name is written on their permit. They're not allowed to work for anyone else, right? So they live in employer-controlled homes. So now, you speak up, suddenly you're kicked out on the streets, you're homeless, you can't work anywhere else, you're starving. Not just that, as I said, bosses have all these tricks to get you out of the country, and they can ban you from coming back. Breaks during work sessions excluded. There are people working on these farms, you know, I don't know, think about strawberries, right? We all love strawberries. You have to be on your hands and knees without shade the entire day. And you can't even get up to go to the bathroom. I mean, we call it a human rights catastrophe. What we're seeing is that people are being abused, getting injured, living with pesticides, rats are eating their food, they're being mistreated by their bosses, you know, working particularly right now, 7 days a week, 12, 14 hours a day, because that is the immigration system we have. Workers are being exploited because the employers can just get away with it. One day the employer came home and came to their houses, the bunkhouse, and started flipping tables and breaking their stuff, saying they had.
Fifth Estate documentary. This footage shows the living conditions that some farm workers have to endure here in Canada. At this particular farm, this video shows one of the bunkhouses. It's basically a crowded garage that houses 13 men. And here at a neighboring farm, this video shows the disgusting conditions of the bathrooms that migrant workers are forced to use.
Hi guys! Welcome back again to yet another amazing episode. My name is Robbie Masaga, for those who don't know me. Yeah, and if you're new here and you've not subscribed, guys, be a member of this team. Just click on that subscription button. Yeah, and feel most welcome on this channel. Now guys, today I want us to talk about the deplorable working conditions such as bedbug infestation, dirty environment like toilets, rats eating food, people's food, yeah, that Jamaicans are going through in Canada under the seasonal agricultural program. Yeah, and I do believe that these working conditions does not only affect Jamaicans. I do believe even Africans do suffer from the same treatment. Africans who are working in different field. Well, like you've heard from that audio, the situation there in Canada, it's pretty bad. Yeah, and it's shocking that human beings have refused to treat each other properly. It's annoying. Why can't we just treat each other well? Why do we have to mistreat each other? What I believe is Jamaicans need to unite. They need to come together and create an employment in their own country for them to avoid this kind of mistreatment. Yeah, I know the government have failed them, just like here in Africa, the government there have failed them, because if they decided to create job opportunities for these people, they wouldn't be going through such treatment. Jamaicans have plenty of land. Yeah, their land is very fertile. We've seen how Jamaican have different type of foods. Yeah, meaning they can utilize their own land. Yeah, but the government has failed most of these people. Africans are going through the same challenges in Canada, and it's because we've refused to grow our own economy. We want to work for these people. We have land, we have the manpower, but we still want to work for these people. They will keep mistreating us as long as we depend on them. Our politicians have failed us. They're the ones who are supposed to fight for us, to create opportunities here in Africa, to create opportunities in the Caribbean. It's upon us to either choose being slaves forever or improve the situation in our own countries. Yeah, we create our own job, we create job opportunities for our people. It's upon us to decide where we want to live, where we want to work. It's a modern day slavery and we are not seeing it. I saw a comment somewhere, someone was saying that the Jamaican government need to make sure that their people are being properly treated in Canada. But I don't think that is a solution, because what the government needs to do is, you have your own countries, you have your own land, create opportunities for your people. Let your people remain in their countries, let them work in their own countries. We also need to develop our own countries, don't we? Why do we have to keep on helping these people grow their own economy, develop in their countries, but it's like we are comfortable with whatever we have? The politicians are not affected directly. Their children are not working in those white man's land. They are not. For them already they have money. Yeah, they are able to cater for their kids. Their kids are going to good schools. Yeah, so they are not affected. No matter what they can do to make sure that their people are being treated properly, it won't change anything. It might change for a while, but later on things will go back to the way they were before. So what we need is, as the people, we need to come together, fight hard to make a change in our own countries. That includes Africa, because Africans are going through the same thing. So many people, I've seen so many people my age, even my friends, running to those white man's country, going to look for jobs, because there are no jobs for youth here in Africa. Yeah, that is something that I personally know, that we don't have jobs here. So people opt to go and look for work elsewhere. And when they go there, they get mistreated. Yeah, and that is what we want to change. Why go to a white man's land, then come back to your own country when you're dead? You don't even get to enjoy that money that you go to toil so hard there in their land. Black people need to come together. We need to say no, it's enough. Already our great-grandparents went through the same. Our parents went through the same thing. We still want to go through the same situation. It's high time we come together, we join hands. Yeah, people in the Caribbean, they need to say no to the mistreatment. Are we not tired of being treated the way black people are being treated? For how long are we going to cry about slavery? For how long are we going to cry about racism? It's us to either decide to make a change or continue suffering forever. Some of these workers are paid below the minimum wage, and whenever they complain about the mistreatment, they are shipped back to their countries. Yeah, some of them, when they get sick, they are taken back to their countries. They don't get proper treatment. And we are still running to this white man's land to go there and work hard for them. Some of the employers, they insult these people. They call them names. They already know that you can't do anything, because if you complain, they will ship you back to your country. They take another lot. They mistreat them. They take them back. They get some more from Africa. They know that black people are available. They are readily available to go and work for them as slaves. It's upon us to decide. Our politicians are not doing anything about it because they are not directly affected. They are not affected. For them, they are given some change, and they are the ones who agree to this kind of contracts. It's upon us, the people, to come together and decide. And it's upon us to come together and say enough is enough. Ask yourself, why are they not giving these jobs to their own people? Why is that Canadians are not doing those farm work? Yeah, it's because they cannot agree to jobs that are not paying well, jobs that are not giving decent pay. Yeah, they know that you'll accept anything. That is why they come for you. And your politicians are ready to sign those contracts. Yeah, you go there, you end up suffering. Yeah, you don't have even good toilets, no privacy. Yeah, you're being bullied and called names every now and then. For how long are we going to suffer? Yeah, for how long? Just for how long? When these people come to our land, we treat them properly, we treat them with we give them the first priority. We forget our own people. Yeah, whenever we go to their land, they treat us like we are some animals from the bush. The government of Jamaica needs to work hard. They need to make sure that their people are given proper treatment. Whenever they send their people to those countries to do those kind of jobs, they need to follow up. They need to make sure that their people are sleeping well, their people are eating well, yeah? They are given the privacy that they deserve, yeah? We are not some animals from the bush that we should be treated the way. Nowadays, people treat animals better than the way they treat. Actually, this white man treat animals better than they treat you black people. You will find a white man treating a dog, treating a lion, treating a snake better than the way they treat you. And you still go there and work for them.